One which is the problem and the other which is the solution. All about the same issue. The poison of division. Now you have to know that if you are contributing to division among the ummah, you are drinking the poison and you are spreading the poison. Any kind of division in this deen is a poison. Any kind of division in this deen is a poison. We didn't say distinction, we said division. There's a difference. Distinction is one thing, but division is another. And the main poison in this ummah is that groups based upon nationalism, culturalism, ethnic preferences, and ideological partisanship. Those are the divisions. They are very clear. And even those who get above nationalism, those who get above culturalism, those who get above ethnic divisions, then they enter another one which is even more dangerous. It is ideological partisanship, calling themselves by the names of certain ideological leaders or ideological groups, and they start to boycott each other and call each other filthy names like Khalid. They did that. The world of Muslims have been subdivided today into many independent nations. Who did that? The kuffar, they did that. Whether the British or the Americans or the Spanish or the Germans or others, they divided the Muslims after they defeated the Muslims and humiliated the Muslims. They colonized the Muslims, and after they colonized them, then they gave them their own flags, their own land, their own sovereignty, and they told them what to call themselves, and they've been calling themselves that ever since. Today, every Muslim group, every Muslim nation in the world today has subscribed to the Charter of the United Nations. We don't say that subscribing to the Charter of the United Nations within itself is a crime, but there's a chapter, there's a clause in the United Nations which says that these Muslims agree that there is no need for Khilafah and they will never support the coming back of Khilafah. It is in the United Nations Charter. So how some Muslims can agree that Khilafah is no need for Khilafah, how they can agree that they will never support the coming back of Khilafah, how they can agree to that? They agree to that because the benefits which the United Nations Charter gave to them. The world of Muslims have been subdivided into many independent nations that are polarized against each other and never cooperate according to Islamic principles. We call it, some people call it, the Islamic world. If you call it Islamic world, I don't know what world you're living in. The nations today, there is no nation of Muslims today we can call even Islamic nation. So where's the Islamic world? No, it is Muslim world. Although they are Muslims, and we will never say they are not Muslims, even whatever deviance they do. We're not going to call them non-Muslims. They are Muslims. They do not adhere to any leadership except their own national leader. And they have been given the idea that they must preserve their own national interests and their own national sovereignty. From where they get that from? This come from Quran? This come from Sunnah? No, this comes from their own desires. So the Prophet said, لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يكون هواه تبعا لما جئت به. None of you can truly become a believer until your hawa, your desire, your emotion, your idea, your perception, your ambition comes into accordance with what I have brought. What did he bring? Quran and Sunnah. This is a scheme fostered by the enemies of Allah to continue the principle of divide and conquer. It is a scheme. It is a conspiracy which is fostered by the enemies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to divide and conquer the Muslim world. The same scheme follows Muslims wherever they go into the world, including here in America. Muslims who have come here to America from those divided and humiliated Muslim countries, they brought the same mindset here. We are distinguishing ourselves according to nationalism, according to culture, according to ethnicity, according to madhabs, and according to special interest groups with a preferred ideological persuasion. When Muslims meet each other, they say, what masjid you belong to? Why do you want to know that? I don't belong to any masjid. Inna al-masajid lillah. The masjid belongs to Allah, so how I belong to a masjid? No, I attend all the masjids. And I love and subscribe to all the masjids. Wherever I see a masjid, I want to go there, because there's the gardens of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And no masjid deserves that some specific people belong to it. No, in fact, we don't even need no buildings. The Prophet ﷺ said that one of the distinctions Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him over the other Anbiya, was that the other Anbiya, Allah ordered them to pray in special places. But for him, Allah, He gave the whole earth as a masjid. So we don't need to belong to no masjid. No, we need to visit the masjids. We need to support the masjids. We need to sustain the masjids. We need to fill the masjids. But we don't belong to no masjid. We belong to Allah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We are distinguishing ourselves according to nationalism, culture, ethnicity, madhabs, and special interest groups with preferred ideological persuasions. So where is the brotherhood? Where is the brotherhood? Where is the cooperation? Where is the love? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ. So where's the ta'awun? Where's the cooperation? This masjid and its congregation should be in cooperation and interaction and reciprocity with the masjid, which is over here and over there and across town and another state. But they don't. They have no cooperation. In fact, if anything, they are polarized. I know cities where there are masjids which is 5 minutes away from each other. Right here in America, in Britain, 5 minutes. And Muslims, the adhan is called, and Muslims are going towards those masjids and they pass each other and they don't even offer salam. Why? Because Salafi, he considers Sufi to be, he's deviant, so I'm not give him salam. The Sufi, he thinks the Bradwi, he's a deviant. The Adil Hadithi, he thinks somebody else, Ikhwan, he's deviant. So when they see each other, they look at each other and look away. And just keep going. And they think that when they arrive where they arrive at, their prayer means something, means nothing. Because Allah says, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ. The relationship between the believers is nothing more.